Hello lovelies, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to make this lovely Sequins Zara Cap design. Please, if you are new to this channel, do well to click on the subscribe button and also on the bell icon so you get notified whenever we have new tutorials. Now the materials needed include your satin fabric, your sequence fabric, your fiber, your measuring tape, your scissors, as well as a matching color of thread and needle. For this tutorial, we are working on a Zara cap design and we are going to be combining two different pieces of fabric together. I'm going to be making use of satin fabric for the Zara cap base and then the big sequence fabric, also known as the velvet sequence, for the design. Now half yard of satin fabric will be enough, as well as half yard of your sequence fabric. And then in place of these two pieces of fabric, you can go ahead to combine any other two pieces of fabric or even use a single fabric for your work. You can combine your Ankara with your satin, you can make use of your raw silk fabric, you can also make use of your smaller sequence fabric. So that is it for that. Now for this particular design, the Zara cap is made with satin fabric and it's going to be having marco at the band. Then we have the sequence design on the marco band, and we have the padded design, the twisted padded design at the back, made with the sequence fabric, and we're going to be padding it using either your foam or fiber. So that is what makes up this design. So I'll just get my fabrics and set out the measurements that we need before going into the tutorial properly. Now starting with the fabric for the Zara cap, I have my satin fabric here. The measurement is 25 inches for the length, which is the head circumference, by 16 inches for the width, 25 by 16 inches. Then for the design at the back, I have my fabric here, my sequence fabric here. The measurement is 5 inches for the width, and the length is the full length of the fabric, which is anywhere between 57 to 60 inches. Anywhere within that range, within that length is okay. And then we also have the fabric that is going to be on the band.
The measurement is 4.5 inches for the width by 26 inches for the length, 4.5 by 26 inches.
That is for the sequence design on the marco. Then as for the material we're going to be using for padding, the foam or fiber, when we get there, you get the measurements for it. Now I have my marco here, and this is going to be used together with the satin fabric. The measurement is 3 inches for the width by 18 inches for the length, 3 by 18 inches. So now I'll first start with starting with the Zara cap. I have the fabric for my Zara cap here. I'm going to fold it into 2 equal halves and I'll make a notch at the middle. So this is it. Thereafter, I'll get the fabric for I'll get my marco, and then I'll fold it into 2, and I'm going to be marking it down. So I have it this way. Now I'll get the fabric from my Zara cap, place it with the wrong side facing me. I'll place my marco in it, and I'll go ahead to fold it down twice. So I'll fold it like this. Okay, I'll fold it like this once and fold it down again. Then I'll take this down to my sewing machine and stitch it down from one end to the other end. Remember to have this edge folded in so as to avoid fraying. So I'll stitch it down, and as soon as I'm done, I'll get back for us to continue. Now remember the fabric for both the band and the design at the back, 2 pieces of fabric. So get each piece of fabric and then go ahead to fold it into 2 equal halves and stitch it down from one end down to the other. And after stitching it down, you turn it inside out. Now while sewing, ensure to have the fine side inside and the wrong side outside. So I'm going to complete my sewing, and then I'll come back for us to continue. So right here I have my fabric already sewn. This is the fine side and this is the wrong side. So the next thing I'll be doing is that I'm going to pull my fabric in such a way that this sewn part comes to the middle. This part here will no longer be on top. Instead, it will go inwards to the middle. So you just gradually start pulling your fabric in this way. Keep pulling it like this. Gradually. See it's moving downwards. So I'll finish this and then. So this is it. I have it down to the middle here, and this is this other side. Now remember the sequence fabric which we had sewn earlier. This is the first one for the band part, and I have turned it inside out after sewing. So this is what I have. So I'll get the fabric for my Zara cap this way, and I'm going to be placing it down on it like this. Okay, so you can see that it extends all the way down to the end. As soon as this is done, I'm going to fold this into 2 equal halves. Okay, this is the fine side, so I'm going to fold this into 2 equal halves so that I have the wrong side like this. And I'll take this down to my sewing machine and stitch it down from the band down to this end, and then extend it to this very end. I have my fabric already sewn. This is how it's looking like. The next thing I will now do is by running stitch, and it will come immediately after the band down to this very end. So get a matching color of thread, knot it at the end, and start passing it in and out to the end. So this is it. I'm done with it, and I'll go ahead to turn this inside out. Then go ahead to place this down properly. Now to secure this sequence down to this band, I recommend you get your UAG gum or your candle gum and glue gun, apply gun inside and then glue it down so that it can stay in place and it will not move about and cause discomfort for your client. So this is it. The next we'll be working on is the design at the back. Remember our fabric, the measurement for our fabric is 5 inches for the width by the full length of your fabric. And I earlier explained that when you get your fabric, fold it into 2 with the fine side inside and the wrong side outside, and run it down from one end with a straight sewing stitch down to the other end, and after that you go ahead to turn your fabric inside out. Now remember, we're also going to be padding the design to give it that bulky look. I have my fiber here, and the measurement for my fiber is 4 inches for the width by the full length of the fabric. So 4 inches is for the width. So this is it. So after turning my fabric inside out and sewing, I have it this way. And so the next thing I'll be doing is that I will go ahead to pass my fiber inside my fabric. So I will have to fold my fiber this way. You fold it in, and then you go ahead to pass it in gradually until it gets to the end of the fabric. So I'll do this, and as soon as I'm done, I'll get back for us to continue. As soon as all that is done, this is it. I now have my fiber inside my fabric, and you should ensure that it doesn't get to the very end. There should be little allowance at the edge. So to create the design now, what we do is that we twist our fabric. We twist the fabric and roll it round, then tack. So as we are rolling it round and tacking, we keep twisting it. That's what gives it this unique look. You twist and then roll it round. You twist and roll it round. You twist and roll it round in that order. So that's what I'll start by doing. I'll start by folding in this edge, and make a running stitch through it. That secures it. So I'll start twisting now. As I twist, I'll roll it and tack it in that order. So at this point, I have my design this way, and I have this left. Remember, I said your fiber should not get to the very end. So I'm going to fold this in and tuck in the excess to the back this way, and then tack it down using my needle and thread. So this is it. This is the excess fabric. And position it this way. I will fold it in, then tuck it inside like this, then I'll tack it at the back like this. So this is how it will be. After doing that, I will get the Zara cap and then place it at the back like this. Place it at the back of my dime. This is my Zara cap. I'll place it down like this, and then make use of my needle and thread to tack it all down together. So this is how it's going to be looking like. At this point, I'm done tacking down my design down to the back. This is how it's looking like. So I have my band here, and this is all that there is to this particular.
As soon as all that is done, this is the final outlook of our design. I hope you got value for this tutorial. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and leave comments in the comment section. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We are there as JenieConcept. Until our next tutorial, bye.